been on YouTube recently, you've probably seen some videos about combining X number of games, or we randomized over Y games together. These are incredibly fun to watch, because it's basically like a bunch of friends on a call while they're playing their own games. They're also extremely easy to follow and understand, but to understand them, we have to go back to the very beginning. Some of you may already be familiar with the idea of a randomizer. That definition has changed a lot, but in more recent years, it's become pretty clear. Essentially, a randomizer is a program that takes items, objectives, or progression from a game and shuffles them amongst each other. Most of these are determined by a seed, which is a string of characters that places the randomized items around the game. This means that if you continuously generate the same seed, you will get the same placement every single time. No two seeds will ever be the same, so luck is an extremely important factor. Regardless of what game you choose, these randomizers are usually very robust, adding all sorts of categories that can be randomized, cosmetic, and quality of life features. For example, Ocarina of Time Randomizer has several settings to speed up annoying sections of the game, like collecting 10 Poes for the Poe Collector, or having to race Ingo to get Epona. It also has some of the craziest randomization I've ever seen. Rupee Randomizer, Crate Randomizer, and beehives? That is completely ridiculous. However, it wasn't always like this. One of the first randomizers ever was Pokemon randomizers. While there isn't much documentation around them, these randomizers were presumably very simple to create. Pokemon games already have their own system of randomness, so changing the pool of monsters that a player could find seems self-explanatory. If any Pokemon randomizers developers want to challenge this though, I'd be more than happy to see what it was like. From these randomizers came far more complex ones, like the Super Metroid or A Link to the Past randomizer. Such games required a new system to ensure that they were beatable: logic. Logic is a procedure that checks if all items are collectible to beat the game. There are many forms of logic, but these are the main three: glitchless, glitches, and no logic. Glitchless is exactly what it sounds like. Everything can be done without glitches. Glitches add several tricks that are possible in the game, including some weirder shenanigans. No logic generates items in any location at all, making seeds potentially impossible. Obviously, logic is incredibly difficult to implement into a randomizer, as many checks are needed to ensure items are in the correct places. However, it makes for a satisfying experience in the end when you complete your game. These randomizers eventually spiraled out of control. Many games would soon have these modifications made to them, allowing for a unique challenge and interesting experience. The main appeal of these randomizers is just how replayable they are. Being able to generate seeds over and over again makes each game different. It can become strangely addictive to play one game with items shuffled around, and this addiction is exactly what shaped the future of so many communities. Speedrunning is one of those things that is so powerful within communities that truly care about the game they are playing. Doing runs every day to get the fastest time you can is a gratifying hobby. However, that scene is much different today. Many speed games have complicated tricks that make them more difficult and less fun. Take The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, and Majora's Mask, for example. Both use an extremely complicated glitch known as stale reference manipulation. This glitch is absurd, letting speedrunners rewrite memory and create items from nothing. In Majora's Mask, you can skip the first cycle using this glitch. Tricks like these make these games beatable in no time at all, but make them less enjoyable to play. More and more people quit speedrunning due to the complex nature of it. To combat this, they play randomizers and use what they already know to complete these challenges. Randomizers offer many possibilities, including unique opportunities for races, speedrunning, and even more. It's incredibly rewarding to try speedrunning a randomizer, which can be a very difficult thing. There is a lot of strategy involved, which I'm not going to get into here, but it's something important to consider. Aside from speedrunning communities, people who generally enjoy video games will find randomizers that match them. There are many casual people who play randomizers for fun and enjoyment, like the Nintendo Capri Sun, for example. I would highly recommend his videos, he's actually a great entertainer. These days, randomizers have become completely insane. There are hundreds of ways to play games with these programs. I don't even know where to start, so let me just start. Randomizers have gone from one game to multiple games. How is that even possible? Well, through the powers of the internet. Many Zelda randomizers, including Ocarina of Time and A Link to the Past, both had a new, unique way of tackling the game with multiple people. The way this system would work was through Lua scripting, connecting multiple games together in one. Items from one game would be found in another, and vice versa. This led to a unique opportunity for people to play their own individual games while contributing to someone else's. These were called multi-worlds. In their early stages, multi-worlds didn't have many features and required people to stay on their game for the entire time. With better technology though, they were able to make it asynchronous. This means that you don't have to be on the game at the same time. People can contribute on their own without losing any progress. This eventually led to the creation of one of the biggest multi-world servers of all time, Archipelago. Archipelago allowed for multi-world randomizers, not just for a single game, but for multiple different games. This meant that, for example, someone could find a Power Star for Super Mario 64 in a chest in Zelda, or a data box in Subnautica, or literally anything. It was incredibly powerful, and today, it is still a huge part of video game randomizers. Remember when I talked about those videos at the start? Yeah, those videos used that software. It's truly remarkable how much technology has improved over the years. Single-player randomizers have gotten even more insane. There are all sorts of games these days that have randomizers, even ones that are incredibly unorthodox. For instance, The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim has a door randomizer that shuffles every single entrance in the whole game. This changes up the way you have to play completely, making it much more challenging. Other games like Minecraft have randomized crafting recipes or loot tables. Randomizers have changed a lot since their introduction many years ago, and even today, they still have lots of influence on gaming as a whole. Even developers have taken inspiration from this idea, just showing how impactful they are. If you are looking to get into randomizers, I highly recommend this website from Debbie Gare that has a big list of video game randomizers. It compiles pretty much every known randomizer for every game, including any multi-worlds that exist. The link will be in the description. So with that being said, if you are a randomizer creator, thank you. Your contributions have led me and many other people to discover this amazing new way to play video games.